everyone. Welcome to the Felicity, Optimist versus Cynic podcast with us, your hosts, Melissa and Fish. This is a Felicity rewatch podcast, and normally we watch an episode each week and join you here to talk about it. This one's a little different because we're doing a season 2 recap episode. So, we're just going to talk about the whole season this time. It's mostly going to be a recap, but I don't know. We could possibly say something that will come up in the future of the show. So let's just say it's not spoiler free. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen today, but it might not be spoiler free. So just deal with it. Okay. So I am Melissa and I'm here with my gorgeous co-host Fish. Fish, how are you doing?
I am elated. I am so happy. Melissa and I just exchanged slightly late Christmas gifts, and
for you. It's really late.
For you guys, yes. Hearing this, it is actually not that late for us.
Yeah.
But so they are Felicity themed and we love them. And
I just want to make it really clear that Fish gave me a stuffed koala because koalas are cool. And when you squeeze its hand, it has a Ben speech that it gives. Okay. All right, everybody. I haven't let go of it since we started. I'm going to hug it for the entire podcast. Period.
It's amazing. I'm just loving the image of Melissa hugging the koala. Mm-hmm. It's so cute. I can't even.
Oh my gosh. What's better than today?
Melissa gave me it looks like a book written by a fan all about Felicity. I'm excited. I'm super excited to be able to read this and maybe bring you guys some highlights for the next couple seasons. Gonna be amazing.
This is the kind of commitment we have to this show. Okay. Okay, folks. That's right. We're going to try to stay focused, but we're a little distracted by our gifts, but that's okay. We're going to stick together. We can get through this.
We should have waited until after the show to open the gifts.
True. Yeah, that's okay. But that's all right. So we're going to talk about season 2 here today. And you all may remember, if you go back and listen to the end of season 1, we also did a recap show. And our objective was that we were going to come up with a list of questions that we wanted to pose at the end of every season and just sort of track over time how things are shifting for us, or I don't know, how things are evolving in general. So we have a similar format, maybe a couple tweaks along the way to the season recap show from season 1. And we'll be doing it all again this time and seeing how it shifts. So it might be fun to go back and listen to season 1's recap and compare notes. But right now we're just doing this on the fly. Who knows what's going to come out of our mouths? That's the plan. So I know last time, so we said we came up with 5 questions. I think it might be 6, but whatever, that's fine.
It's not. It's 5 questions. Because one question is major achievement / biggest fail.
Mm-hmm.
That's one question.
Okay. All right, cool. Listeners, you can be the judge. All right. Is it 5 or 6 questions? Okay. You're not going to break any friendships by answering this online. It's okay. So, okay. Well, look, the first one is the perennial, literally, question for all of us, which is Ben versus Noel. Now, Fish, I know you've been on quite a journey with this question over time, so I'm curious how you chose to sum that up for this season.
Yeah, I mean, actually it was super easy for me because I'm Team Sean. Team Sean.
Team Sean. Yeah. Okay. Good call.
Okay, now that's a cop-out. Because honestly, neither of these guys is like super awesome right now. So I would say last time, majority of the season, I was Ben. And then I switched to Noel at the end because Ben got all aggro.
Yeah.
This time, it's the opposite. The majority of the season, I was Noel. I mean, I really think just, I don't know, his relationship with Ruby made him look at himself a lot more.
Mhm.
And Ben, I don't know, was having some major issues and made some real big mistakes.
And I think maybe there was also still a bit of the residue of what had happened at the end of season one for you.
Yeah, like I had not fully, I was not in a place to fully trust him.
Mhm.
And then he goes and does the whole thing with Greg. And it's like you almost had me.
Mm.
Um, but like as of the last episode, it's Ben
Okay.
because Noel is not in any kind of place for a relationship. Um, and Ben is, and he hasn't punched anyone recently.
Give him
So
time.
guns, oh man. Well, that's going to be for next season. I'll have to deal with that next season. But he's gone a whole season without punching anyone,
Mhm.
and uh, I mean, I guess that's what I can say for him.
Okay, I see. I mean, I think that it's important for us to give a timeline answer for you for this because things shift,
Yeah.
from episode to episode or from, I don't know, segment of a season to segment of a season for you. So it's important to track it. I'll tell you my answer, though, is a lot more simple
It's Ben.
than, yeah. Yep,
Yeah.
pretty much that. Now, if I could be Team Al, I would. I might consider that. Okay. But then, that's fine too. That would be interesting though. Felicity and Al. Let's think about that. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, so okay. Now we have what some may say is two separate questions, but is really two parts of the same question, or just one question. I don't know. You be the judge. What? Okay, this one is just for me. And the next part of the same exact question is for Fish.
That's right.
So my
So the
question
first,
is,
well, so I get to ask you this
oh,
question.
okay, good, good.
Yes. So, Melissa,
Mhm.
what was the major achievement that Felicity had this season? And if you, all of the listeners, if you remember from the last recap show, we have really honorable mentions probably throughout.
Yeah, for me, this one isn't. This one is probably my simplest answer. I have honorable mentions and other answers later, but for me, I guess you could say there are a lot of things that she achieves, but I think the big one is learning to look for equal love. Like relationships that are two-sided, relationships that are based on some sort of a healthy communication process. I think she's been learning the way to get there. I think that she has been learning how to express herself and when needed to stand up for herself. That's been a hard road with a lot of different relationships, including with her parents. But I do think, like, if we think back to season one and that whole quote that I didn't love
Mhm.
around, equal affection cannot be, let the more loving one be me. Didn't love that because it's sort of like, well, maybe let's just go for equal affection. And I think she is starting to do that now. It took a little while, but I do actually think with all of the relation after the initial Ben breakup, if we look at what happened with David, if we look at what happened with Greg, and if we look at what's happening here with Ben, it does seem to me that those are more meant to be relationships that are on an equal footing. I think the most arguable one there is Greg, because you could
Mhm.
say that she admired him. She worked with him, worked for him. So there could have been a hierarchy there, but I think they were actually trying to see each other as equals as much as they could in that dynamic.
Well, in all fairness, he definitely was more into her and she treated him like crap.
Yeah. So I do think that one is sort of like the most questionable with this, but she also got very good at standing up for herself with him and
Hmm.
very good at speaking her mind with him. So I don't see in any of these the three relationships that we're charting for this season, if we look at that, like I don't see what I saw with her and Ben last year or last season of just this like uh unrequited crush that like it just feels a lot more even, and frankly it also feels a lot more even than what we saw with Noel and Felicity in season one.
Yeah.
So I like that she's getting to that place where she's looking for a partner and not just somebody she's interested in. And, we'll see how that evolves, because I think we're heading into the space that you wanted to see of like, well, what does it look like when she is in, like that, like when she's really in a relationship with these guys. We never really got to see that with Ben. And so we're heading into that territory where we've been starting to see what that looks like.
Yeah. And I'm all for it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to ask your question, or your piece of the same question, which is, me being the optimist, I'm going to look for achievements. But for Fish, for you, the question is, what's the biggest Felicity fail of this season, if not more than one thing?
Yes, I do have a couple, but I mean, by far the biggest fail is just David. Yeah, because we're going to continue to trash him forever. I know, right? So another thing is repeating past mistakes and not learning from them.
Oh.
So we see that she like backslides into being that glue that holds her parents together. She is charmed into illegal activity, not once, but twice by Ben.
Wait, 1 second. Let's go back for a moment. So backslides into the being the person her parents are leaning on again. Are you thinking when her dad like talks about his, or when she finds out about her dad's depression?
Even earlier than that, like when her parents are there and it's like she has to work through it with Dr. Pavone, but initially her reaction is to backslide. And so, these are like fails, but she then sort of gets past them, which is good. But I do think she does some backsliding during this. It's like she doesn't learn. She has to go through things a couple of times. Before she really picks up on stuff and is like, oh, okay, yeah. Right, shouldn't do that. Don't do that for a third time or a fourth. So yes, being charmed into illegal activity twice by Ben in almost the exact same fashion. Kissing Noel when he's in a relationship, that's not the first time. Yeah. So she has this just this general tendency to not learn the first time. I did have to put the haircut down, not just because like, what it looks like. Yes, Carrie Russell is beautiful. But if we remember at the time she had her haircut and the reasoning that she gave for it, I wasn't like, it didn't seem to make any sense to me. I was like, if you're over them, then why the big change?
Yeah, that infuriated you. You hated that.
I hated it. Yeah. Didn't like it. So I'm putting it down. And last one is, something that really took a lot of work on her side to be a failure at, but she put in the work, is being a worse RA than Noel. Yeah. So, I wanted to recognize the work that she put in there.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying there. Yeah, that was some effort. So Felicity,
she had some fails, but
she had some achievements. She came a long way. She took some steps back. It was a bit of a cha-cha.
Yeah, that's what we do. Back forward, hopefully more forward than back.
That's the goal. I think she has been going more forward than back, or she's been changing at least. I mean, I think whatever direction that is hard to say, but she's been changing.
I think, at least for me, the entire journey that she's taken so far is completely summed up by that shot of her on the roof at the end.
Mhm.
That's sort of like standing in her own power and sense of self, and like remembering Ben but not being dependent on him.
Mhm.
Like, yes, there's some pain, but there's some good, and just, I don't know, almost like accepting responsibility and independence, and being, I don't want to say like proud of herself. It didn't feel like it was quite proud of herself yet, but it
Mhm.
was there. It's like her sense of self is coming out and she's becoming more confident in it.
I like it. I like it. It's very poetic. I think that's a good way of describing it. And I think that's something that, we've had comments from listeners over the season about how, the show is really about how she finds her sense of self. And as much as it's embedded in this, like, sometimes soapy, like, Ben or Noel of it all, like, I think sometimes she does choose Felicity.
I mean,
And
there's really no problem with having more beautiful people in a show.
okay,
So,
all right. Well, I
so
like
yeah,
your answers because one of them integrates a little bit with mine for the next question.
oh, well then let's ask you. What was the biggest shock slash reveal of the season?
Okay. You want one? Well, you're gonna get three, two, and three honorable mentions. Okay. That's how it's gonna be.
It's going to be amazing.
Um, what order do I want to go in here? I kind of want to give you the one and two before the honorable mentions because the honorable mentions are just weird. Um, number one, I mean, one and two are like the serious responses to this. Biggest shocker reveal of the season. We're gonna have to say Ruby's baby isn't Noel's.
Yeah, I have that one too.
One, I mean, a lot of stuff with that storyline is a shock, but I think finding out that after all this, after all this angst, all this, hand wringing, it's not even Noel's baby. It's like, oh my
Yep.
gosh.
Yep.
And in a way, I think that also decreased the stakes quite a bit in that whole thing. But I mean, what were they going to do? I mean, that would have been tough to have that play out and have Noel maintain, like, at a certain point, he's just taking care of a baby,
Yeah,
So
pretty much.
I think they needed to somehow get out of that story, but that was one way to do it for sure. And on the really opposite end of the spectrum, for
Mhm.
my number two shock of the season, Tracy's a virgin.
Yep. That was my number one.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
Didn't see that coming. Nope.
I think from a standpoint of like, that would be the thing that you do to Elena to torture her the most. But also like hearing how you were reacting along the way, where you thought that they were going to reveal him to be gay.
Hmm.
And so like even it felt like so real how they had dangled that over us and were trying to make us question what was going on with him. To hear how it was playing out with you and what your guesses were, it was like, oh, this obviously worked. uh like they really did keep it a surprise for us as we listened. But I've got a few that were to me shocking in their own right.
Oh, all right.
So honorable mentions. I'm first of all, dovetailing with something you said to your last question. Felicity and Megan just stopped being RAs.
Yeah.
Like in the moment of greatest crisis, the pipes burst at the dorm. Everybody is now sleeping in, of all places, the cafeteria. And they're like, catch you guys later. We're going to the left and we're never coming back for the rest of the year. What happened to all of their advisees?
I mean, I guess they learned to fly or didn't.
So that's one. I mean, some may say the very fact that they were staying in a cafeteria You could also argue was a big shock. But anyway, so another honorable mention. Remember when Noel tells off a 7-year-old?
Yes.
That
His
was
name is
like,
Gary.
yeah, that was really upsetting.
And Gary cries.
Yeah. So I put that down. But for me, the most winningest of all honorable mentions for this question is Javier eats jam out of a donut.
It was a Danish.
It was a Danish. I'm sorry, Danish. I did write that. I just
That's
missaid it.
like calling a bagel a muffin
It's similar to that.
or a muffin a bagel.
Look, if you've gotten this far into our podcast and you have not tried to go back and look at that scene, which lasts maybe a second, okay, go find it. I'm telling you, it's gotten a lot of mileage on this podcast. Okay, so it's important. It's part of the lore now. Okay, people.
It was very upsetting to Melissa.
Really, really
it was
upsetting.
Unsanitary. It was weirdly sexual. It was sad.
And he just left it on it was in a display tower for people to take one. Okay.
Yeah. And it may actually be what Javier was offering people as a bribe to vote for Felicity. We don't know. Could have been a flyer with his finger in a Danish.
It was so upsetting. And shocking. Okay. Shocking. Mm-hmm. That's how I'm describing it. So those are my 2 + 3 honorable mentions.
Very nice.
What about you, Fish? What were I know I stole some of yours, but what were your biggest shocks or reveals of the season?
Yeah, number 1 was definitely Tracy's a virgin, and the whole Ruby's pregnant and it's not Noel's went on my list too. I only have one that you didn't mention, which is Julie's mom wants her kidneys.
Oh my God.
Like, WTF, Julie's mom.
Harold. When you say it so bluntly, and it's accurate when said that way, but when you say it so bluntly, it's just doesn't get any better, does it?
No, it was shocking. It was shocking. I did not understand why she felt this was okay, but it happened, and I was shocked.
Yeah, Carol, just in general, she's like the villain of the show.
Yeah,
sorta.
Yeah,
but almost is never there. You know, it's like she's the super villain that never is there. She just keeps ruining Julie's life over and over again.
Yeah, not cool, Carol. I mean, she got her own "You're the Worst" segment, and she definitely was.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Well, since I took some of yours, why don't we have you answer this next question first, and maybe I'll take some of mine. That would be only fair. Mm-hmm. So the question is, funniest thing that happened this season?
Yes. And last time we had a breakdown of funniest thing that happened on the podcast and then funniest thing that happened in the show. So for the podcast, I have picked Al versus Officer Covington and their wet t-shirt contest that Al, hands down won and then promptly died.
Mm-hmm. I was going to agree, and then it went there.
Yep.
You're the worst, Fish. You're the worst.
Hey, I'm the only one allowed to say I'm the worst.
Yeah, but I'm the one who does the theme music, so I can do it whenever I want.
That's true. And the show, I can't imagine that we differ on this. It's when Ben is sorry. He's sorry. He's very sorry. And honorable mention, Richard is ditched at a painting party.
Yeah, we covered in some of the same areas.
Wandered about.
Yeah, actually, you didn't take any of mine.
Good.
Surprising. Although the fight will come up for me in a superlative, but so number 1 for me, there isn't a specific moment, but I lumped it into the category of all of the most frenetic parts of Final Answer. just
Yeah.
at that point when they've set everything up and people are just starting to get it on and like everything is like they're starting to do all those quick cuts between scenes. And at that moment, when we start getting just that sequence of Elena talking about all powerful entities
Hmm.
and Felicity's like, well, you didn't wind the watch. She's like, don't wind the watch. You should just do this. And Felicity's like, well, you didn't do this. And she's rotating her hand. And then we got Cafe de Sluts from Richard. And then you get Noel. Sean's like, you and I had a date. And Noel's like, no, I know who I have dates with and when I have them. Sean's like, I meant Julie. Like the whole thing and just the rapid cutting between all of these moments that are like they're just at the end of their ropes for completely different reasons and all of it is funny. So I put
Totally agree.
that as my top, but a close second is 63% of me thinks you're a dick
Yeah.
and everything that led to it. The whole party really is great.
I mean, we love that one for a reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was an amazing episode. And yeah, I mean, Ben and the word dick, funny.
And the
It's just
fact that
always
soon
funny.
after that Richard starts to be called Dick,
I know.
like it just really works. I like the way they seamlessly transitioned into this. But I do have a third.
Ooh.
And this is one that happened a while ago. But when Sean is workshopping names for smoothies to Ben, and
That's
he's like,
right.
I'm thinking smoothies. And Ben's like, smoothies? That's ridiculous. No, what else you got? He's like, well, how about fat tastic? Must ooze, wasabi goose, spice Oreo. Ben just says, yeah, that's maybe stick with what you have. Smoothies is probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are my moments. I wanted to pull one from a little earlier in the season too, because it's been a while. But I do have to say, as I was looking back through my notes, I was like, there was a real lull there, kind of in the middle. They were
Yes.
getting from here to there quite a bit, but that's okay.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Um, so the next question is favorite minor character of the season. And I'm just gonna say I think I mentioned all of them. So why don't you go first and maybe knock off a few? Although I doubt it's gonna be any of the people that I picked, or
I've
maybe
got
some.
three, and there's an
Got
honorable
like
mention as well. So we'll
I've
see
got
what we
like
can do.
12. I've got like
Okay. Oh,
a
great.
lot. Yeah.
So you have everybody's your favorite almost.
Yeah, everyone.
Well, guys, um, to everybody who's seen my love affair with this character, I
Yeah.
just don't. Who listeners? I want you to guess at home who you think my number one is. I'll tell you, it's Pavone.
Yep.
Oh my god, Pavone, Dr. Pavone, Tony Pavone is my hero. Okay, that's it. That's it. What else can I say about Tony Pavone? She's amazing, and I wish I had a Tony Pavone at that age who was sort of like unbiased, looking at my life and giving me all her thoughts. She was awesome, but I kind of had her, so that was good. So Pavone's obviously number one, and the obvious number two is going to be Al.
Of course.
That's right. Um, Al, wherever you are, we heart you. Okay. Now number three, Pam.
Hmm.
Pammy Pam.
Yep.
Okay.
She did make my list. She's the one that I was like, yeah, I think we might cross paths her here.
Yeah. I mean, look, listeners, you probably completely forgot about Pam a long time ago. And the amount of time we've spent talking about Pam and speculating about Pam and trying to ship her with other characters and, giving her funny names, it was probably more than is warranted. But she deserves it, okay? I think.
I mean, she's lovely.
Mm-hmm. She's great. Okay. I have an honorable mention, and nobody remembers this guy.
Hmm.
Bonus points if you do, okay? The guy who choked on the smoothies at the party that Sean was catering at Dean and DeLuca for
I
Thanksgiving.
remember that you gave an award for best choking.
It was so good. And I
It
was
was
just
really
thinking back
good.
on it, I was like, it really is good. I love that guy. Okay. So um where he's choking on the smoothies or the spices in
Shrimp?
smoothies. I'm
Yeah.
not sure. It like got in his nose. I don't know what happened. It got a little unwieldy. And then he gets some water and he just looks with love at the water glass and he goes to say thank you, but he can't get it out because he's still choking. He's like, thank you. And then he exits stage right.
Yeah.
It was
I mean,
amazing.
applause. The
Yep.
best choking on smoothies scene in the whole show.
Easily the best.
Yeah,
And there were
absolutely.
quite a few actually. You would think that's a really specific category, but think about the number of people who choke on smoothies or like can't get it down. It's a lot.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, love it. Love
So,
it.
including like second to that would be Maggie trying to chew something in it.
Mm,
I
yeah.
don't know what's going on with smoothies, but whatever. So, Fish, did I thin out the field at all for you here?
Um, two
Okay.
of them. So, yeah. So I have some categories.
Okay.
So that's why there's so many.
Mm-hmm.
So it's favorite minor character category X. So first category is female. This may be a little controversial, but for me, it's Maggie. I love her and Ben. I think they have amazing chemistry. I love Terry Polo. She always looks fantastic. She catalyzes Ben into realizing he wants an actual relationship, one that involves, more than hot sex. But we also get the hot sex.
Mm-hmm.
And my honorable mention there was Pam, who you already mentioned. We love
For
her.
totally different reasons.
Yeah, completely. Um, and then male, even though he doesn't feel like a minor character, I guess because he's so large on the screen. I mean, I guess it's Tracy because he's comes in pretty far into the season,
Mm-hmm.
and but he just, I don't know, he feels like a lot. But we really don't get that much from him. Like initially, it's a lot of his acting is just like being there and the looks.
Mm-hmm.
He does such great looks. And my honorable mention there is Earl. I mean, it has to be Earl.
Okay.
We love Earl.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, just a few more kind of normal categories. So this one is female, comma, animal, mommy. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And then of course, male, comma, animal, lucky. Yes.
R.I.P. Lucky.
I know. And then you did talk about this one. So I had my favorite minor character that never appears on screen. And that, in fact, was Gary, the 7-year-old that Noel made cry over the video
Mm-hmm.
game crash. We do have an honorable mention in Swain, but
Swain is a giant son of a bitch, though.
he is. He's also, a small man who works in the mailroom. Um,
Which I'm pretty sure is backstory you've made up, but that's okay. It's canon now.
in
That's
my
it.
mind, that's what he is. But Gary takes it home for me. Um, and then we've got hot extra. That just like gorgeous bald black bouncer in the Aretha Theory.
Mm-hmm.
Just like amazing.
Okay.
Like
Wow.
no words. Like literally, he had no words in the whole episode.
Mm-hmm.
Um, hence extra.
Okay.
And then we've got you just got three more. Again, totally normal. So we've got our categories of um, old man, comma wise, the prophet from the depths.
Interesting. Mm-hmm.
We've got old man, comma adorable. We've got Al. Al's on my list too.
Oh, Al.
Right. And I want to pull a little bit from earlier. So we've got old man, comma smell. McGrath.
Uh, well, we didn't actually see him in season 2, though.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. But his old man smell lingered.
It did. It
Okay.
was there.
Okay. Well,
So those are all my favorite minor characters. Yeah.
you really
Um,
broke a lot of rules there, my friend.
I I broke like I mean technically the question is favorite minor
Hmm.
character.
Hmm.
Just one.
Yeah,
And I obliterated that.
yeah, blew it out of the water. That's fine though. That's how we do it. It's our podcast, guys, and we can do whatever we want. You want to start rating people?
Yeah.
You can write to us
Yep.
or
You could
start your own
give
podcast, but it might
us
be easier to write.
yeah. Uh you can send us a treaties.
Treatise. Mm-hmm.
Why can I never say that word? Treatise.
Well, treaty is a thing too, but
It
different.
is, but it's not what I'm looking for.
Nope.
Um, on like all of your thoughts,
Yeah.
really on every character, minor character, Howard Stern motherfucker look-alike,
Oh my
in the
god.
show. So yeah.
Okay.
So now we
Well,
are on to the superlatives question, and we should definitely start with our optimist.
hmm.
So, I don't know. I mean, according to Melissa, this might be two different sections because there's 5 best and 5 worst. So
Mm-hmm.
that might be 2 sections that we're going to do, but I consider it 1 section. So, Melissa, what are your 5 best superlatives for the season? These are like, when you have in your yearbook, like, I don't know, best hair, best teeth, most likely to succeed, that type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and because we just wrote superlatives for this, it's kind of all over the map. It's for us to decide what category, what felt like it was a thing that was the most of something. I have 5 plus 3 honorable mentions. The honorable mentions are like really, really small moments. Well, I don't know. I guess there are others that you could say are also small moments, but they made a big impact on me. So I'll start with the ones that are just like in the 5. Um, so the first one being most funnily awkward meeting between 2 characters, which is Noel meeting Tracy for the first time in his own apartment.
Yes.
And he's asking Tracy for advice about Ruby because it's all coming apart with Ruby and he doesn't know why. And the scene just starts with Scott Foley pacing back and forth in and out of frame, looking back at Tracy, who doesn't know who he is yet, according to the fact that he hasn't been introduced. So just to start there and to confuse even us as the viewer, and then for him to just start dumping just all of it onto Tracy. Like, I feel like we're in a tailspin and I don't even know why. And I want to get your advice because I feel like Elena would just be like, you're an idiot. And Tracy gives this whole bit of advice for a guy who doesn't actually know and he knows nothing about the situation. And then unfortunately, Noel takes it wholesale. He doesn't change a word of it and he delivers Tracy's speech to Ruby and it's not right.
No. No, it's not. It's incorrect. Everything about it is wrong when Noel says it.
Yeah, from the very moment Noel tries to say baby,
Yeah.
it's just wrong. But I think just the meeting of those two right there was for me a moment that it's hard to forget. Now, I'm going to give you a totally different one for this next one. Best acting in an internalized moment. So we have the moment, and I spoke much of this when the scene actually happened, but in the Pavone and Felicity conversation, where, we have the episode where Pavone is really kind of digging into Felicity, trying to get Felicity to have some revelations about the situation with her parents. And we get to the very quiet scene where Felicity tells the story about how she went to ballet camp and she came back early. She hated it so much, and she found that her mom had been sleeping on the couch, and parents were really embarrassed, and so she distracted them that night at dinner and was like, "I loved it." And she's like, "I went to ballet camp for the next however many summers." Pavone says, "It's a hard job keeping the family together, isn't it?" And the look, it's just the look. My favorite moment is the look that Kerry Russell gives as all of the realizations hit her face slowly. And then I think, Fish, you said that the only thing the script said was like, it sinks in.
Yeah.
And I think that's ridiculous. So that was the prompt, and it turned into that. So this is an amazing moment of acting as far as I'm concerned. Now, in a totally different type of acting, this is another place where the Ben and Noel fight is going to come up. So most ridiculous fight from beginning to end. So everything from the beer can just hitting Noel's head as hard as a beer can hit a head. And then I'm very sorry. And then the beautiful camera work of the TV falling down and all of the fighters pointing in the same direction. And then even, as far as the aftermath of it all, when the two are peeling themselves up off the couch and the floor, respectively. It was beautiful. Okay.
It was. It was like a ballet, a choreographed, amazing, drunken, beer-fueled fight.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it.
Yeah, loved that. Number 4 is character we most worship. Or should I just say character I most worship? Character most of us most worship. Megan dancing on the go-go dancing platform to Bitty Body Bitty Boo. Okay?
Yes.
Not to the original song, to the new song for the DVD.
Which we both loved.
Yeah.
Loved it.
I may or may not have years ago found Bitty Body Bitty Boo and reenacted that scene. Okay, anyway, so
God, I wish they had video of that
in my apartment.
I want video of that.
Whoa. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, so right. Moment 5. The time machine speech. All the way to everything from the time machine speech to the rooftop Charlie Chaplin movie. Everything in that sequence. Chef's kiss, okay? It's my comfort food. I love it. It's just, I can watch it so many times. I know that's going to be controversial for you, Fish.
Hey, you love what you love.
That's how it is. And I don't even have what category that is. I think like most comfort foodie part of a TV show. I don't know. That's not a thing, but I made it one. Just then. Okay. Now I've got 3 very small moments. One is more just like the image of it. Most high voltage look. Felicity in the red dress.
Yeah.
I mean, you almost don't even have to remember what happened in the episode or the scene. It's just the look of Felicity being in that red dress. I feel like it was just iconic, to be honest with you. Yeah. And it is the one piece of fashion that I actually notice. Also an honorable mention, moment that Javier had the least chill. When he met Felicity's mother.
Oh.
Can we just, I mean, this is so emotional for me. Because she's given him nothing back, okay? No. But he comes unglued.
He was clearly like fanboying out. Like, and she was just, apparently used to it.
I guess so. Bar reporter, she's out and about. People love her.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, boy. Okay. And the final honorable mention. Best throwing of a highlighter across the room. Done by Ben.
Yes.
Who was pretty sure that he was supposed to be reading one version of The Invisible Man, but it actually turns out he was supposed to be reading Invisible Man, and it's different.
Yeah,
and it's much easier to write a paper on the book he was supposed to be reading.
I mean, given the question, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. So that highlighter, everything about that, we just cracked up over that for much time.
It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And that,
I
my
agree.
friend, is our best of category.
Yay. Very
Fish.
nice.
What was the worst of? What did you want to? Chances are there's at least one thing that I've mentioned that you've turned into a worst, but we'll just find out. What did you think belongs in the superlatives for worst?
Actually, we have zero overlap.
So this is not going to be like the Bolero incident of
It's
spring of
not.
2020. Okay, great.
Although I may
Excellent.
create more incidences, we may see. So I think we agree on some of this. Worst character construction. Greg. Like, who is he? How old is he? Where did he come from? Does he go to the school? What? Yeah. Then we've got we're a worst fight between podcasters. It is not a peppermint.
It was. It was a peppermint the whole time. It was a peppermint, okay?
Yep. That one's going to stay with us. One of our top 2 fights ever. Given to you right on the podcast.
Ugh.
So then we've got worst kiss. Yeah. And it's not what you're thinking.
I don't know what I'm thinking. Which one did you think it was?
I mean, I did go on for a while about Julie and Noel, but that's not it. That's not it. This award, I guess, goes to David and Felicity for the kiss after the phrase, "So give me mono."
Okay. You didn't like that. I
Gross.
saw that. You were not into it.
Gross, David.
Okay.
You're the worst. All right, so we have a couple honorable mentions in this next category. So this category is worst stalker, and it is actually a 4-way tie. Right? I know.
Wow.
It is Richard and Sean and the union camera operator and union boom mic holder.
Yes. Oh, that was very creative.
Yes. They were not good at stalking, and they had to run away. There was a lot of stalking going on. So we have honorable mentions of Dr. Porter stalking his daughter, Ben stalking Felicity, and Megan weirdly stalking Greg in like very patriotic and political accessories.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stalking going on.
It's kind of what a relief when they stopped having Edward Porter scenes there for a little while, because I was just like, I can't with him anymore. I need to breathe.
I agree. Yeah, but he definitely brought out some emotion between the stalking and the his apartment, and then him telling her off about going to the pool and getting caught. It's like legless man trying to stand. Yeah. Boo, Dr. Porter. So then we've got worst song. It's the unnamed Felicity theme music from episode 13. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Yep.
That's right.
That. We hate it. We both hate it.
We're not into it.
It can be piano. It can be guitar. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
It's terrible.
You use it too many times the first time and you ruin it for life.
Yeah. Not good. Now, since we did have a little switch up between Optimist and Cynic for one episode, I am going to give you a best superlative, which is best Twilight Zone themed episode. It's Help for the Lovelorn.
Oh my God.
It also wins for best black and white episode, Best episode directed by Lamont Johnson, best bottle episode, and for me, best shirtless Noel episode.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't really argue with any of those, can you?
Other than the fact that I gave it, I mean, best, who's to say?
It is
The only.
the best Twilight themed black and white episode directed by Lamont Johnson.
Even if one of us might have rated it at a 0.5 out of 10. And 0.25 of that was only because it didn't deign to be a musical.
Yeah. And was the other 0.25 because it didn't have a Dear Sally tape?
No, I just sort of gave it 0.25 of credit for assuming that whatever they were trying to do was done okay.
Fair enough.
But only 0.25, okay?
Yeah. So that brings me to the end of my superlatives.
Wow. That was really special.
I think that was great. We really had no overlap, and yet we both mentioned things that the other clearly disagreed with.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a lot.
Yeah, that's okay. That's the triggering nature of our season recap shows. That's cool. Well, Fish, we went on a journey with ratings.
We did.
This season. And it was a little bit more of a straightforward journey than the last time we tried to do this. So guess what, guys? We're not going to do a lot of math today live on the podcast, but we did have a couple different ways of calculating this because there's the what if you drop the high and low, and what if you don't? And it's not that was a super huge difference, but it was a little bit of a difference. So, okay. So now your averages are maybe going to be the hardest here in terms of knowing how would we compare it up against season 1 exactly. I only have your combined average for season 1, which, by the way, was 7.585 out of 10 for season 1 episodes. 7.585. Now, season 2.
Wait, you went to the 100th?
I did.
Wow.
Although dedication. I didn't go that far with this time. So let me 7.59 is what it'll come down to for season 1. So how did season 2 stack up? Well, as you all know, Fish's ratings are in globs. Mm-hmm. If you don't drop the high and low, if you keep it as it was with all warts and all, we had 7.63 out of 10. If we do drop the high low, it was 7.78 out of 10. So both of those ratings go up over season 1.
Yeah.
By a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for me, okay, so season 1, I am able to do a dropping the high and low version because I didn't have any sliding scales or anything bananas like that. Okay, so season 1, without dropping the high and low, had 7.79 out of 10. Season 2, 7.59 out of 10. So it went down a little bit. But if you drop the high and low, for me, season 1, 7.82 out of 10. Versus for season 2, 7.82 out of 10. Oh my
goodness.
Matched exactly.
Wow.
Right, folks. And honestly, that 0.5 did not help. But what were my ratings, you might ask? Okay, so we've got the 7.82 out of 10. What's you may want to know?
I'd like to know.
It was 7.82 out of 10. Cheerleading twins, high voltage looks, Norwegian landscape classes, stinky girl poems, sub-basements of pathetic, non-eyelash moments, fruitless Danish
Yep.
pulled patellas, thrown highlighters, pool break-ins, Elena's running in place, Kewpie dolls, Taco Bell songs, layers of wallpaper, ginkgo bibloblas, flying beer cans, boom mics, captains of ship,
Mm-hmm.
Rhinebeck B&Bs, Swains.
Yep. Yep. And it was the small mailroom swain. It was
Oh
not
god.
the giant son of a bitch swains.
Oh my god. Okay, three more. Film canisters,
Mhm.
cafes de sluts,
Yes.
and wiggy camps.
Yay. Oh, that was a successful rating
I'm
season.
really liking this, writing them in different ones, because I feel like this really took me on a journey going back to some of these. I mean, some of them were really small moments, but like Stinky Girl poems,
I know.
that was way out of my brain.
Yeah.
Oh, it all comes right back.
Oh
Oh my
my
god.
goodness.
Those cheerleading twins. Could you imagine if we had a whole season with them? Ugh.
I could. I wouldn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
No.
Swains. That just cracks me up every time. Swain. Um,
Uh, yeah, I mean, overall, I would say there was that lull in this season,
mhm.
but you take that out, and I mean, on average, yeah, I think I I personally really liked the rest of the episodes even more than season one. I
I think
mean,
if you look at, let's say, I don't know, like the last, should we say like 10, 11 episodes? I mean,
and the
your
first few.
average goes into like 8.13 if we look at like episode 13 and beyond.
Hmm.
And then mine 8.27. I mean, the later this season goes, the more it picks up steam, I would
Yeah,
say.
absolutely.
So,
And it makes up for the rest of it, apparently.
yes, so this is very solid. It'll be interesting to see what we think of seasons 3 and 4, because I will say that when I think about the whole show, seasons 1 and 2 are the ones that I look forward to the most. So if I had to guess, I think those are going to be my strongest ratings, but we'll find out, because who knows? Sometimes I've got surprise tens that come out of nowhere. We'll never have a 0.5 for me again. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Very
But
nice.
yeah. Well, Fish, we are adding in a question here based on a listener request. Um, so for you, I think you wanted to add in the "what are you wearing" question.
Yeah, it's just basically a breakdown of outfits, makeup, hair, accessories, trends, all that kind of stuff that we saw that we want to call out. Also, I went through the whole season here and just sort of kind of flipped through and sort of looked at what people were wearing. And while doing that, this is completely unrelated. I found the Ben's door to his room has a frosted window.
Oh,
So there may be only that one tiny bathroom.
oh my gosh.
Right. He could have been in his, I think he was probably in his room when he shoved his face up against the frosted glass.
Wow. Okay. Well, there you have it.
Right? I know.
That's an interesting tidbit. Well done. Good sleuth work.
Yeah. I was like,
Way to
huh.
be a gumshoe and all the other Carmen Sandiego expressions.
Oh, that was a great show.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Bonus.
So, we've had some surprise, um, placement of people that we figured out, like Nolina's apartment for the beer fight, and now this. So yeah, All right, so let's get into it. All of the things that Melissa didn't notice. So, nope, she will know none of them.
Remember that thing they were wearing? That nope.
Nope.
This would be a very boring segment if I were answering this question.
So we've got trends from this season, right? So chokers are back. I mean, it's the 90s. They're amazing. Everyone's wearing them. Now, I made a huge deal about button-down shirts later on in the season. Going back, they were there the whole time. I mean, that discount sale happened really early.
Okay.
And everyone wore button-down shirts the whole season, and oh well. But the trend, which is a little weird, is the guys would often wear them without undershirts and unbutton just enough to show off some chest hair. I don't remember this being a 90s thing, but it is definitely a Felicity season 2 thing.
Okay.
It's like, the I don't know, Greek Isles type. Yeah, it's something. Got a lot of flannel and checkered kind of open overshirts. We all remember those, except Melissa, and had them, except Melissa. Spiky hair, lots of product. This is the season of midriffs. Yes, they are everywhere. Belly buttons, they've arrived. So pigtails or like two buns. Yep, another thing. So many jeans. We've got baggy jeans. We have jean jackets. We have button-down jean shirts that many people wear. Jeans with the bottoms rolled up. Mom jeans. Thank you, Carrie Russell, for wearing so many pairs of mom jeans. Shout out to cargo pants and shorts. Every character has at least one leather jacket, if not more. And they're in
Including
lot.
Noel?
Yes. All of them.
Interesting.
And they're all, like, the guys pretty much have black. Just like looking through them, it's weird because you'll see, for example, with the button-down jean shirt, like Noel wears it, but then later you see Sean wearing one, and it's like, so yeah, all of the characters, I looked at all of them have leather jackets, and especially the women have multiple leather jackets in kind of bright colors. So, the call out was to Felicity's red leather jacket, which shows up first in Crash when she's talking to Noel and Elena, who are playing Crash. And it just keeps showing up, and it's awesome, and it's amazing, and I love it. But there are a lot more. I mean, Ruby's got 2 or 3, and Julie's got them, and I mean, Elena's got. I mean, everyone has them. So,
Wow.
last sort of call out is variations on hoodies. Felicity's the only one who actually wears a hoodie, but lots of sleeveless hoodies on people, sort of the sporty look. Just shirts that shouldn't have hoods that just have them. I do remember this as a thing, and it's there. For this season, season 1 the color was purple. Season 2 the color is red. Felicity is in red either top or bottom, mostly top, for I think every episode. She wears either something that is solid red or has red in it. So it's that's the color of the season for Felicity. Now we will get into some categories. Best dressed, Elena. She's got these beautiful flowing peasant tops, loose shirts with prints, a lot of floral, paisley, tiger, leopard print, with a solid pant. And then we've got sort of the most consistent, best dress. I mean, it doesn't really take a lot of risk, But Ruby, I mean, she pretty much shows up every time with a solid fitted sweater or a matching cardigan shirt combo, and she always looks really beautiful. So, hey, claps for Ruby.
Yeah.
Worst dressed, Julie. Um, Go back to documentary 2 and look for Leprechaun Julie in the what looks like crocheted emerald green hat, emerald green shirt, emerald green choker, emerald green earrings. Just she's wow. And the mismatched florals in the Aretha theory, uh, that was real rough. She wears a lot of tank tops with like weird embroidery or like just flowers stuck on them. She's got this like super ugly like white sweater with what looks like balls of yarn and like pieces of yarn just like like sewn on it. Why? Um I don't know. A lot of her stuff is like 3D and just prints that are not okay.
Mhm.
Um so sorry, Julie. That just mm-mm. Best outfit, Felicity for the red dress in the list. But she is tied with Elena wears this purple and white strapless dress in The Biggest Deal There Is. Um, it's not in the wedding scene, but it's when she's shopping for the purple sort of sweater that she's going to wear um, to the wedding. Uh, they don't give it much airtime, but it is a gorgeous dress. And then also because I really don't talk about the guys at all, they pretty much all just wear button-down shirts or t-shirts the whole time. I am going to give a special nod to Sean's WWE shirt in the final answer, just because that was really cool.
Nice.
Now we're going from best dressed Elena to worst outfit, which is also Elena. And this is why she's not the most consistent.
Mhm.
That tube top with the baggy jean combo and the chain belt on her midriff and final answer was it was rough. And it's the episode that Tracy's like I want to have sex now, like God, but that tube top, oh, that tube top was gross. Stick with the Lord, my man. All right, then we've got best makeup. Megan, loving the bold eyes. Love the like matching blood red lipstick and nails in the Aretha theory. Amazing. I mean, Megan is just fantastic. Worst makeup, also Megan. Sometimes it is just too much. Like gets too pale and it's just not working out. Um, so but best accessories, clearly Megan. She's got tons of crosses in this season. Her bra's showing. She's got amazing boots. She's got that silver purse in the Aretha theory. And a nod to Julie and Elena for their earrings. They've got really great earrings. Um, Best hair is Elena, even with that half braid misstep at the end. It looks like I don't know. She had her hair braided at the beginning of the season. And for most of it, you've got the long braids, and then you've got like those braids braided or like pulled back, and it kind of like makes it look like she has a crown. And then a little bit later, it becomes crimped or it's wavy and curly, but still braided at the top. She's got those great headbands, special applause for the braided buns. Uh, they just did everything that was amazing. So yay. Worst hair, um, four-way tie because it's the same haircut. Felicity, David, Greg, and Ben with product. Same, it's the same haircut. And last one, best dressed minor character. Susan, she was so put together. I mean, not mentally, not in terms of,
Susan.
yeah, but she looked good. She looked good.
You were very clear about that when I was initially complaining about her. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She
She
stuck
was
with
put
me.
together in all ways except courtesy.
Yep. Yeah, she may not have been the most polite, may not have been the most reliable, but she was spot on with her wardrobe.
Oh my goodness.
So
Wow.
there you go. That is my breakdown of what people were wearing.
Fish, that was amazing. So first of
Thank
all,
you.
somebody who's just like casually like, I'd love to hear Fish's breakdown of things people wore. I'm going to, I don't know, over under on this. I'm going to guess you spent 20 hours researching this. That was incredible.
Uh Probably not 20 hours, but I just went through the season, just sort of clicking forward as I was editing some of our podcasts, and it was just on mute. And I just got to like see with no context or audio, like, do I still feel the way I feel?
Mhm.
And I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That was amazing, Fish. That was some serious investigative journalism.
Yeah.
I love
But
it.
it's not our favorite segment.
Well, because you know what it is, our favorite segment. After you
This
listen to this
one.
tape, you have to erase it. And this
Yay.
is, the one where we compile all kinds of feedback that we received across the season that didn't quite, we maybe got it just a little too late, or it didn't quite fit when we were going to do it. And so this is a great place to put all kinds of things that you guys have been saying to us as the season has gone on. And we've got a bunch, and I have put them in number order for myself so that there's some sort of a logical flow. But we'll go through them. We're going to cover some different topics here, and I think this will be fun, Fish, for you and I, just to sort of let this really wash over us and get your feedback along the way too. So we'll open up with something from at insta.mickey, who says, you guys were talking about the drop in ratings in season 2 originally, and the haircut was not the only reason, in my opinion, because you were right. The day changed from Wednesdays to Sundays, if I'm not mistaken. And let's be honest, the writing was not on point anymore. Felicity fans were mad. The art stuff is bleh, in my opinion. If there is a girl that could do drawing 10 and continue pre-med, it was Felicity Porter. I don't know. She went from being so excited with the chemistry professor to dropping the whole thing. So out of character for those episodes. I'm reminded how I felt years ago. Nowadays, I made peace with this.
Yeah. I mean, we don't, I don't know. She starts volunteering at the health center and kind of drops the whole art thing for quite a while anyway. But we
But
kind of
hasn't
thought,
actually, like in season 3, she's still doing art. We're going to see her back in the art studio. And, we're seeing her, at least at the end of this season, we see her in our art history final.
Mhm.
So it's not gone, but they sure did put it on the back burner.
And brought up the medical thing and like made her passionate about it again,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't know. I don't know. It was a little weird, but I mean, I think we noted the same thing as Insta Mickey. Um, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I definitely agree.
Yeah. Yeah. There are certain things that they were obviously tracking, and there are certain things that they were like just trying to get the broad strokes of it all. But so another one that we have that's also kind of harkening back to earlier this season, regarding Felicity's breakup speech to Ben in episode 2, the list,
Yeah.
from at felicity.fans. It's one of her best speeches. She's so grounded in what she's saying, even though it hurts. It's the slap in the face that Ben needed. Now, Fish, at the time when we first were covering that, you were really stuck on the word coward.
Yep.
And you were like, wow, she was harsh.
No. I said she was accurate because that was exactly how I felt about him. I was like, you made Julie break up with you, then you make Felicity break up with you. You are a coward.
And it feels to me, and this is probably something that I was saying when we were first covering it, but now that Fish, you've seen this whole season, it feels to me like her words really stayed with Ben, even in the moments he was with Maggie and not really talking about it. Um, it feels like what we see from him in the latter half of the season is fueled by some of these words that she left with him.
I agree. Yeah, it does seem like something that he like weighed on him, and he actually overcame during this season. And it was interesting to see the flip to, him being afraid of a serious relationship and confrontation, and her being all in, to him having hurt her, and then she's afraid and he's not, and he's calling her out for being scared, to her realization mid brushing of teeth with Megan of, oh yeah, it is me, I am afraid.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's happening. To them both kind of getting on the same page. So, I like, and I mean, I get the name of Aretha theory, right? I mean, the whole point of that episode is her going, oh yeah, I am afraid, but I will survive. Like,
Mm-hmm.
he's done it to me before and he's worth the pain. So, yeah, bring it on.
Yeah.
Round two.
Well, let's get a little more into the Ben and then the Noel of it all. We have just a little bit more on Ben here. We've covered some ground with Allison Atwater when we had, some of the later episodes this season, but this is sort of a comparison with Noel versus Ben that she's sharing with us. So Allison says, in season 2, Noel continues to lash out at Felicity in really cruel ways, saying horrible things about her haircut, etc. Ben never disrespects her in that way, no matter how angry he gets at her. Please note that.
I do note that. And I think that comes from a deep place of insecurity on Noel's part, and also the fact that he does have a sharp tongue. And I guess my big problem with Ben is, like, he just can't, like, there are parts of the things that he does, that he lashes out with, are really impulsive, and he doesn't seem to have any control over it.
Yeah.
Like, when Noel says something, I feel like he's been thinking about it and working on it and making it particularly cruel. And that's not great. It's not a great, characteristic to have. But what he does have is self-control. And Ben doesn't have that. He turns around and he'll punch someone, or he'll run to Richard and do something, and he'll regret it later, and he'll have to apologize for it. But I am, at least me personally, I would rather go with someone who has control over themselves, even if they're being a dick about it, than someone who can't control themselves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, let's get into some more Noel appreciation then, shall we? Because this is a simple comment, but one that I want to shine a bright light on. At Smallville.aesthetic, says Chess, I really liked Noel and his development through the whole show. Wish I had dated someone like him in college. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I haven't seen seasons. Well, I have, but I don't remember seasons 3 and 4. I would have thought this before watching seasons 1 and 2. Now I'm kind of like, whew, dodged a bullet there.
He's
How
got a
about
bit of a journey coming up here in season 3. Not gonna lie. Um, Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Melissa? Do you wish you had dated a Ben?
Necessarily. I don't know if either of them are the person well, if I think about it as people that I'd want to date now, I think I need some humor. I think I need some. They're both funny in the comedic timing. It's a TV show of it all, but I think if you're
Mhm.
at Felicity being with them, um, I think it's also serious with both of them in some ways. So I,
Well, she and Ben have the scenes later on where they're just in bed laughing. I don't know what he's saying.
they do, but it gets really heavy with them. Like
Oh.
it, it's, I don't know. There's a lot of really heavy stuff, and so it's like, and honestly, things are heavy with Noel too. Um,
Hmm.
so it's the show. I wonder if we're just going to find that the show gets darker. In
Which I
season
will
3 and 4.
probably like, knowing me. But
Mm-hmm.
the thing is, I kind of did date a Ben in college and had some impulse control issues.
Mm-hmm.
You know who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Guy who punches walls. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
but very sweet and very like smart and hot. But like, yeah, impulse control issues. They're an issue.
Mm. Well, we appreciate the vibe at Smallville.aesthetic.
Yeah.
And now we've got some more Noel love here, and we're pulling in a whole bunch from Galena Druk's email. Because gosh, Galena, you sent this in just as we were sort of heading out of Noel stuff. And so I was like, I'm saving it for the season recap. I was vowing to myself, and you didn't know that. But here, we're going to commit minutes to your words here. Okay, so Galena says, I will try to articulate why, even after 20 years, I'm staunchly Team Noel. And I feel now is the perfect moment to do so because some of my favorite Felicity and Noel moments happen in season 2. I will preface this all by saying, of course, Noel is not without his faults. And with a 2022 lens, Noel's nice guy vibes do come across a little differently to what I think the writers intended in the late 90s. I also think that the dichotomy that the writers and creators were creating between Ben and Noel characters, the good guy versus bad boy, is not as clear cut as in other TV shows. Think Dawson versus Pacey, Dean versus Jess, etc. The reality is these characters are a lot more nuanced and a lot less archetypal than other WB show love triangle interests. So why Noel? I look at Felicity and Noel and I see the easy rapport they share, the love of art and culture, the ability to think deeply about life. I personally love their season 1 epic kisses during Boggle and before Thanksgiving. I think Felicity says it really well when she said that Julie and her were never the friends that Noel and her were, which I think is completely accurate. Her friendship with Noel was the foundation for their season 1 relationship, and it is steadfast throughout her college life. I guess the way I see their connection is Felicity and Noel are similar in relative geekdom, awkwardness, seriousness, idealism, and drive. They have a way of being able to collaborate and really listen to each other and help each other see the best in the other person. They really care for one another. Knowing what I know about the rest of the season, I kind of wish that in portraits, Felicity and Noel got together and gave it a real shot. Instead of dating Greg, yuck, Felicity could have had a real thing with Noel, making Bed's subsequent pursuit of her even more characteristic and ultimately romantic. I think that Ben could still have been Felicity's support during her dad's stay in New York. They could still have been caught at the pool and been made to go to Dr. Pavone, arguably the greatest guest star. This would have created tension with Noel and Ruby. With Noel and Ruby could still have had a pregnancy that Noel throughout thought was his, which would have made things hard as well. I really think Noel would have chosen Felicity based on everything we know. But now he chose both Hannah and then Ruby over her. So I don't know what you think. I think the writers were closing out this potential love story in the first half of the season to make room for Ben and Felicity to grow closer in the second half. Thank you, Kalina.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree, although I would substitute Greg for David. Like, they could have had a relationship because we've all, you know, except when we want to say that he's boring or that we don't like him, we all just forget about David. Um, I feel like that could have been Noel during that whole period of time. I like that she goes to portraits and then just ignores the whole next relationship because likely she's forgotten that there was a David. And goes directly to Greg. There so could have been a Greg and everything else. So yeah, I think that would have been a great idea. And I don't know, similar to the way I want to see Felicity be with Ben, I do want to see Felicity be with Noel. And I don't know if this happens. I hope it happens. But I feel like Noel needs self-confidence. And once he gets to a place of self-confidence, then I'd like to see a relationship between the two of them.
Okay. Let it be written. I mean, look, we love treatises. Sometimes we love treaties also.
Yeah, sometimes we can't say the word. Always, I can't say the word.
We love all feedback, but thank you, Galena, for sharing that with us and being so patient as I chose not to talk about it for so long. There we go. We hit it. The season recap. And now you're brilliant. You're genius. Everybody's going to be applauding you in the streets. It's going to be awesome.
No, we needed this. We needed the like balanced, you know. And I agree with her on the like I don't know. Ben still has not come across as the uber genius, right? We're still waiting for that. So it's right out there. It's right out front with Noel. You know, they do think about things. They do, you know, have a lot in common. So
yeah.
Yeah.
So true. But you know, as our conversation has meandered, we've kind of wandered into the next couple of pieces of feedback that have a link. So from @JekkaZip, I can't stand Greg, but he is better than David. He also has Felicity's haircut. What is with her dating men with the same hair as her?
Yep, we pointed this out. It's the worst haircut, and everyone has it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
All right, there's that. And then @Colleen.Tenbis just wants to usher Greg out the door here. So she says, I hadn't remembered the flat out quid pro quo nature of the health center pay job for Felicity. Man, that really doesn't age well. Greg, please exit stage right. Colleen, he has exited stage right. He is out.
Yep. There we go. Colleen with the giant hook has removed him from the stage. Thank you. We appreciate you.
Yeah, I think, you know, it is interesting with him. I think obviously Fish, you and I had a lot of words to say about that episode. I still sort of maintain that like that's really not where the writers were. They had other points to make altogether, and they were never going to develop any of the things that you were seeing in that episode. So it was kind of unfortunate to watch it in 2022 and to get stuck on it, knowing like they're not actually going to, even the things Felicity felt so adamant about, like she stopped being adamant about them immediately. So it's so tricky. But I think what really struck me in this rewatch more than it ever has is what you were saying earlier about they just didn't have an agreement on who Greg was. Like his backstory was just a little bit less plausible in each episode because he was just sort of everything to everyone. It was like it was like the painter's palette and all the colors were there, and every writer who was like leading an episode was choosing different colors to paint with, and it didn't all work together. But I guess the big picture of what they wanted to do with him, they achieved. But he is really the least consistent character I think we've seen in the show.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some holes in his backstory. I don't know. They may have been filled with cocaine. We don't know.
It's
We don't
hard
know
to
how
say.
old he is. We don't know whether he's a grad student or an undergrad student running for president or like has already graduated. Um, you know, we don't know. We don't know what his future looks like. I mean, it won't have Felicity in it, so it's probably gonna like be on an upswing
Yeah.
given where we left off. But yeah, he certainly does rile up Ben, which is hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
But he is not treated well. He is a character that is not treated well.
No.
And so I don't have any hatred for him. I think it's what Galena said. Like the writers, I don't think their intention was for it to come off as like a Me Too issue,
Mm-hmm.
and it just didn't age well,
Yeah.
you
I
know?
I want to challenge all everyone who's listening. I want to challenge you to specifically talk about why you don't like Greg. Because we consistently get, I hate Greg, hatred of Greg. I hate Greg so much. Yuck. We get that. We get it, right? But I'm really curious if the reason we hate Greg is that we were designed to hate him because we wanted Ben and Felicity and that he was the obvious foil, or is it Greg? Like, like I'd love some more tangible feedback because I definitely hear your overwhelming don't like him, but I'm so curious why. And I'm wondering if it's because we just don't like him, or if because the writers did their job and they were trying to make him the thing that Ben has to get through. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, he doesn't make a great first impression, let's
Mm.
admit. So between the whole he's a pompous ass in the first like 1.5 episodes we see him in, and the Me Too thing, I can see it, but he's very different later on, you know?
But he also has, even in those episodes, he has a lot of moments the um where the window opens and he makes a genuine apology, or he,
Hmm.
like, I think
Yeah.
if I think about a show, for example, and I'm sure there are a lot of people who've watched this show that are listening to this podcast as well, but when I think about a show, for example, like Gilmore Girls, you think about Emily, you think Lorelai's mom, and she's so hard, and they only give you moments, glimmers of a vulnerable side of her, and then it's gone again as soon as you saw it. And yet we're still kind of there with it, like with Greg, they actually, I feel like they had a lot of moments of him being like Felicity standing up to him about something, and then him being like, you know what, you're right, here's what was happening for me. And he contextualizes it a lot, even in those early episodes. So it's like, wow, there's like an intensity to the way we feel about him as a character. But I do wonder, like, if our conversations about this have fleshed it out at all anymore for anybody listening. Because I think I thought I was going to like Greg less too. Um, and I even was cautioning you, Fish, about, I was like, oh, wait till
Yeah.
you see this episode. And then I got there, I was like, what was wrong with, like, what am I talking about?
Yeah. Ben was definitely the bad guy in that episode, not Greg.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. So I don't know. Maybe these conversations that we've had so much more in depth have brought new things to light. Who's to say? I don't know.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't have minded seeing like a Greg spinoff show. Like he's actually a really interesting character to me. I think we don't, I don't know, we don't like him because yeah, we want to get to Felicity and Ben, right? We do. But he himself, I don't know, he's interesting. I mean, they'd have to explain all the things.
Maybe
And it
they
would
can
probably
get,
take a whole show to
maybe the
explain it.
spinoff can be set at the health center and his sidekick is Doug for the whole
Oh
thing.
no.
And it's like the worst possible pairing, always. And Doug's
Uh,
always getting on his last nerve, but then at the last minute, he'll get something right.
I'm getting like slight Succession vibes here.
Yeah, it's a tale as old as time.
Yeah.
Okay, well, how about we switch to something a little lighter? Just a comment, really, because we need a little Javier conversation here. So, at La Doggett says, "I love it when Javier would say, so and so has a crunch on me." We got crunched quite a lot here in this season.
I think we got it twice.
Okay, twice being a lot for me. Notable though.
Yeah, it definitely was. No, Javier's just adorable. He's just adorable.
Mm-hmm.
Not the most
Okay.
sanitary, but adorable.
And I'm just scrolling through because I think we have one more batch. No, I lied. One more batch of things and then one final comment. We recently posed a question on Instagram that unearthed a heap of hatred about Julie. So I did not know that I was about to turn like it was like in those movies where somebody like reaches into a hole, they think they're getting money and there's like grubs all over it.
Wait, did you say reaches into a hole?
Like it's like a
They
tree stump
think
or
they're
something like
getting
or
money?
like a
Why
yeah.
would there be money in a
This has
tree
happened in
stump?
like at least 3 different TV shows. So I was skipping in my head to those scenes. And I
Ah,
appreciate that you called me out on that, Fish. Because if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch like Lost or 13 Reasons
ah.
Why. Oh, that's what she was talking about when she didn't explain herself at all.
Okay.
So I asked a question about Julie and Noel, and here's all the stuff that I got. Okay. Okay, Fish. At Queen Shalana 75. Very sloppy writing. I felt the Julie character ran her course, so they just threw things at her. Her and Noel had zero chemistry, and I think she really low-key had a chemistry with Sean, but she friend-zoned him, which was fine, because Sean and Megan rocked.
Yeah. I mean, literally by the end of this, we're physically taking her apart. Like we're removing organs potentially.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the show may be done with her.
It's pretty close. Um, at Ruby and Simba 13 has slightly more scathing comment here. I've always thought Julie was a snake. So the fact that she goes after Noel, knowing Ruby still loves him, is just par for the course regarding Julie. She also leads Sean on only to break his heart later with Noel. I mean, what kind of friend would pursue a guy she knows her best friend followed to college across the country? A snake. And then she put a little emoji of a snake.
I mean, Julie was called out as the worst for that episode for a reason.
Uh-huh.
She was the worst. And I agree. I didn't agree in season 1, but yeah, yeah, she was the worst in that episode.
Well, some people do think this goes back to season 1. So at Angie Coder Kelly says about Julie Noel, she says, it was just filler, no chemistry. Julie was a frenemy from the beginning, in my opinion. I never thought of her that way. So this
Yeah,
intrigued me.
me too. Um, like when I think of a frenemy, man, I'm trying to think.
with this label put to it,
Yeah.
if you really start looking through the beats of Julie and Felicity's friendship, it's like, well, okay, I see how you're getting there, but also I didn't think of her as a friend of me before.
I think maybe she became more so over time. Because I feel like at the start, they had some nice conversations. They met each other, early on. They were both, Julie was talking about her mom and why she came to New York. Felicity was talking about how she stalked Ben and held his blood. They had some nice stuff going on, but then boys. Um, and it's, it got pretty tricky. Um, and yeah, I can see, I mean, with the singing the song about her, and it wasn't just that they like had a fight. I don't know that they ever really recovered from that. And then there was like leftover resentment from like Julie getting in there first with Ben. So I kind of see it. I
Mm-hmm.
do. I feel like Elena plays a stabilizing role. Um, Also because a lot of the time her advice is like go have sex with someone, and Julie's is a little bit more moderated.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like between the three of them, I would say like Elena's the better friend.
Yeah, there's a balance that needs to happen there. I think it's interesting to think about her in that context. So I'm going to go into season 3 with that in my head. Frenemy.
Yeah. All
Yes
right.
or no? Okay, we've got one more from at insta.mickey, which started with the Julie and Noel thing, but I think had a really interesting point that's more general also in there. So insta.mickey says, I was never a Julie fan, neither a huge Noel fan. So it was an interesting pairing. Ultimately, it was worth the beet powder kissing, the letting go, the letting Sean go future scene. In my opinion, the writers always had difficulties developing characters without getting them a romantic interest. Elaine is an example. Julie's a big example. Noel had to be always in the middle of Ben and Felicity. Megan got Sean and vice versa. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, writing single characters wasn't their intention, right? It's not their demographic of like a teen show.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's just not what was on TV. It was Dawson's Creek, and it was, it was like, I guess Buffy would have been an example where like she wasn't in a relationship for large parts of the show, but she always had like a romantic interest, like Angel was around. Um, and then she like had other romantic interests, and plus, all of the killing and staking of vampires.
Mm-hmm.
That took up a lot of time. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a show, like a 90s show, where someone in the, for this group,
Mm-hmm.
for this audience,
But when you think
where the people
for
were
Julie in
single.
particular, when you think about what they had set up for her, she potentially had the whole world of music that they had opened up in season 1. And then they pretty much closed it out again with Eric.
Yeah.
And so I think they like decided to abandon a whole world of storylines for basically nothing. Like they didn't really give her anything to replace that with. Even like they give her this like making googly eyes at Noel, but what was that really? Like what was the meat to it? And it's pretty much done now. So it's like what was that? And they had that whole world. And then even with Elena, they had her just kind of doing nothing for so much of the start of season 2 up until she meets Tracy. Meanwhile, you and I came up with a perfectly acceptable
Hmm.
way to fill that story time and like have it be really interesting with her interviewing possible lab partners.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know. Like they have interests, these other characters, and there is always a potential to explore that world and meet new people who have shared interests. They just didn't really
I
It just
mean,
didn't do it.
the thing is, for every second of screen time that Julie's doing something, something else isn't happening.
Yeah.
So it's like, sure, we could have gotten rid of David completely, but the suggestion is maybe Noel should have been in there, right?
Mhm.
Like every time you're cutting, it's like, what exactly would we cut to give them more storyline? And then is it worth it for this audience if they don't have a romantic interest,
Yeah.
if it's just them? I
Mhm.
mean, I think shows like this don't do very well on like the Bechdel test. Like
Mhm.
it's pretty much about relationships.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay, we've got one more comment to close us out
Okay.
for season 2. And this is
Awesome.
from Heather O'Brien.
Yay.
Thank you for all you do for the Felicity community. It's a show that has stayed with me for so many years, laughs and tears alike. You both noticed the most interesting details about the show, from the blue bike helmets to the flipped hair of the recent potential roomie at the loft. Thanks for making me smile.
Aw, thank you for listening. Thank you for writing in. We love all you guys so much.
Yeah, we appreciate all of you. Look how much feedback we didn't even get to during the season. I mean, shame on me. But if you have more things you want to say, we'll log those for the next season recap.
Well, and what we'll say is, I mean, look, it's February by now, but we're going to continue to post these. For us, it's December. And there'll probably be a number of comments uh, over the next 2 months.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, so loosely we've described what the plan is from here, but we plan to take a couple weeks off. But if we start gathering feedback in between, we may, before we start with season 3, insert another feedback show if it warrants it. And if it doesn't, we'll roll into season 3. So stick with us. Keep watching. It's crazy. We're just rolling with it because, guys, we're so far ahead right now in terms of our recording because of scheduling conflicts that it's we don't want to lose the opportunity to share your voice, because this podcast is a legacy for us all, for all current and future Felicity fans.
exactly.
So if you're wondering how you can share feedback, let me tell you. Let me tell you now. You can write to us at themelissafish@gmail.com. That's Melissa with 1 L, 2 S's, themelissafish@gmail.com. You can also find us at Felicity Podcast on Instagram. That's where we tend to ask a lot of questions. Lots of cool people writing in with their responses. Good conversations happening. Join us. If you'd like to know, if you don't want to have to guess when the next podcast is going to come out, because frankly, we're making you guess. So if you don't want to have to guess anymore, sign up for our newsletter list. We drop a newsletter whenever the podcast drops. So you can sign up for that. If you go into your show notes, wherever you're listening to this podcast, and then you check the link for the sign up for the newsletter, just sign up there and then you'll find out. And while you're there, if you can rate or review this podcast wherever you're listening to it, that's a good step too, because it just helps more people discover this podcast and the conversations that are happening in our community. So those are all some things you can do. Now, Fish, we are heading into season 3.
We are in
What?
2 months.
In sometime in 2023. So in all those many weeks between then and now for us, what do you think is ahead for season 3?
Yes. So similar to last time, I'm going to do 10 predictions. But first, I'm going to read my predictions from last time.
Ooh.
And see how many of them actually came true. So, the first prediction was, at the start of the next school year, nothing will be resolved between Ben, Noel, and Felicity. Felicity will go on the road trip with Ben. One of the two of them will fuck it up, and they will not be together when school starts. Noel will come back just as thirsty as ever.
That was really close. Some
Yeah.
minor beats that I would argue with, but boy, that was
Yeah.
close.
I mean, they were together for the first episode and a half.
Half. and Noel was really angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Second one, Elena will KO McGrath. She'll get hurt, McGrath gets fired, and Elena punches him in the face.
Oh.
If it did happen, it happened off scene.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we're like at 0.5 out of 2 right now.
Okay.
Richard and Noel end up as roommates. Sadly, no. Didn't happen.
Would have been fun though.
Where did Richard live?
Let's face it, he probably slept over at Noel and Elena's apartment.
And eventually the loft, as he's now become best friends with Sean. 4, Julie gets cancer, but uses the power of magic to get through it.
And then I remember you wanting to not predict that anymore after you predicted it, but you still predicted it.
I did, and it didn't happen.
No.
So yay. But I guess her dad has cancer or whatever. So they get half a point for that?
No.
Okay.
Different story.
You're still at 0.5.
Yeah.
Felicity continues not to choose between art and medicine, but it's going to stress her out.
Felicity has chosen, but the show has opted to ignore it.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. At some point, Felicity and Ben start dating, but they break up before the season finale. Javier treats it as his own personal soap opera.
I feel like that's accurate. They broke up episode 2, and they eventually get back together. But your prediction happens.
Okay, 1.5.
Yeah.
Sean hooks an investor for one of his ideas, but it flops.
Oh, that's going to be the Independent Film Channel, maybe?
But does it flop?
Did it flop? No. Well, everything else flopped, right? Smoothies.
Yeah. We don't know. He certainly tried for several investors. It kind of went away. Didn't we say it was in production or something? Yeah.
It feels like that didn't really pan out the way he wanted it to. I don't know.
That's a maybe.
Okay.
Megan is a better RA than Felicity. Felicity gives freshmen a lot of bad advice, often passed on from Noel.
I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say neither of them are RAs anymore by the end of the season. So I feel like, I don't know if that bears out. We also have the situation where Megan planned a whole Thanksgiving dinner and then didn't execute it for the advisees.
That's true. And she's the one who just put gum on the pipe.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't feel like that one panned out either. As an RA, Felicity has to deal with a love triangle among her freshman group, similar to her, Ben, and Noel. It will be a moment for reflection, but ultimately she will learn nothing from it.
Okay. Now, can we count the Ruby, Felicity, Noel love triangle?
I mean, it involves one of her freshmen, I guess.
Yeah.
And she does learn nothing from it, given that she kisses Noel on Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Oh, Felicity. And 10, we continue to be adorable.
Nailed it.
So I got I don't know, a 3 out of 10, maybe?
Yeah. Comfortably 3 out of 10 for sure.
All right. So we're going to see if we can do better for this year.
Okay.
Right? Here we go.
And I'm going to be as non-committal as possible.
Awesome. Non-committal. Number 1. Co-presidents Richard Code and Carol Manning will ban all chalking on campus after students take to the sidewalks to aggressively and colorfully demand their free pizza on Fridays. Also, no one will ever get free pizza.
Okay.
2. Ben will become a kids' basketball coach. Felicity will find it super sexy, and I will stick a fork in my eye.
Okay.
3. We will continue to hear the unnamed Felicity theme music from episode 13, and will continue to hate it every time. You're not going to sing it?
Da, da, da,
Yep,
da, da, da,
there it is.
da, da. Yeah.
4, Ben and Felicity will break up at least twice. So let's see how that works out.
Okay.
5, Noel will grow far too much facial hair and start referring to himself in the third person as Leon. His friends will have him committed.
That was very specific and mostly accurate.
Yeah. So,
but not entirely.
I did have some, some things have been spoiled for me. So, that's going to come out in my predictions.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Number 6. Assless chaps will go up for me like a notch.
Okay.
Yep.
I can't remember if that happens in season 3 or season 4. Okay. We'll see.
All right. 7. While giving a kidney to her father, Julie will die.
Oof.
Yeah. Nothing's ever good for Julie in this show.
No. Even your imagination doesn't make the world a better place for Julie.
No, it doesn't. Number 8, Felicity will finally paint something. I mean, so far we've seen some drawing, sort of, kind of. We saw some hands, we saw some portraits, but we're looking for paint, Felicity. I'd like you to paint something. 9, Tracy and Elena will take a tantric sex course. Their ongoing competition pushes Tracy to finish first every time, which ultimately leads to the downfall of their relationship.
Oh my.
And 10, we will continue to be adorable.
Oh my gosh. That's surefire. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Well, listeners, you and I know how many of those will come true. And Fish will have a whole season to learn.
That's true. And then we can see if I do better than 3 out of 10. I mean,
that's pretty good.
I did have some spoilers, so I feel like I've got a shot at it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, you got a little too specific with some of them, though, because you kind of trapped yourself. But that's okay. That's all right. You will see how it all unfolds, and it will be fun for all of us whenever it is that we start podcasting again. It'll be a good time. So, anything else we forgot to mention from this season recap, Fish?
I don't think so. We set all of our forward plans.
Mm-hmm.
I know last time we gave kind of a what's what I'm looking for, a challenge to the listeners.
We did. And we can issue the same challenge if you all would like. I mean, if you're looking to rate or review the episode, I think it would be fun if you did it like in the style or voice of one of your favorite characters, or with as many Felicity inside jokes as possible. Either one would make for a very fun review to let the real Felicity fans out there know what's up. That this is a group of people who knows their Felicity.
Yeah. And I think, also for anyone who's interested, just a little challenge, like if you're more artistic, then maybe a piece of Felicity fan art, or maybe of something kind of smaller and niche, or whatever's inspired you. Or if you're more of a writer, some fan fiction, just like a little paragraph, or whatever it is that you want to do. Finish Julie's song. Hey, we want lyrics.
I'd like to make a special request for a small flip book of Leonor and Al's relationship.
It's obituary, perhaps.
Fish. What is wrong with everybody? Okay. Campus.
It's just me. I'm the only one here. It's what's wrong with me.
Oh my gosh.
Anything you would like to do, be it optimistic, be it cynical, be it neither, be it both, be it Team Sean.
If you
Team
choose not to
Sean.
identify as an optimist or a cynic, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. Well, all right. I think we've said all the words. I think we're just scrambling now. So that's it for today, fish. Until next time, don't hook up with Ben while I'm gone.
I'm a fish.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.